Hi everybody, welcome to the beginning of my savings, budgeting, and YouTube journey. I am here to represent the hardworking, low-income single parents. On this channel, I am experimenting with different budgeting styles, savings goals, and sharing the strategies I learn as I go. So if that sounds interesting at all to you, please go ahead and click the like button and subscribe to follow my journey. All right, everybody, I came in yesterday and I showed you, yesterday or the day before, I showed you my August monthly budget plan. So I wanted to lay out to you the whole month, what my plan is. And I mentioned that I broke down all 3 of the pay periods this month. August is a magic month for me. So what that means is I am going to be getting 3 biweekly paychecks this month instead of my usual 2. For those of you that get paid weekly, these are the months that you get paid 5 times in instead of 4. So that can vary for everyone, basically based on the day that you're paid, the day of the week that you're paid. So for me, I'm paid on Wednesdays, and this is my magic month. So yay for August. And it comes at a perfect time because you all know that it's been a time. It reminds me of that meme. Boy, we had a time last night. It's been a month for me, not in a good way. But anyway, so I gave you the breakdown for the month. I was able to log into my employer's website today and find out what my paycheck will be. So today I am doing the much awaited, I can never remember what I am calling this, my pre-payday prep. Ha, I got it. Okay. So today I'm doing my pre-payday prep. You heard it here first. But anyway, so I was able to log in. I found out how much I'm going to get paid. I am going to be getting paid $14.40.13. So if you haven't seen my videos before, or if you have, I mention again, as always, I budget with $1,300. That is just a basic. I know I'm never going to get paid less than that, well, God willing, but based on my past pay periods, I haven't been paid less than that. Usually I almost always have some overtime, so I plan with that to make sure I cover all my bases. So thankfully I had a little bit extra this month. What I've decided to do going here forward is not to add any rollover unless I know for sure it will be there. So I'm going to wait until the night before payday to do my final. But this is always a good way for me to plan where I want everything to go that I'm going to be getting paid. So this is just what comes from my paycheck. Anything extra that I have just laying in the bank or waiting, to be used or not to be used, that will be determined the day before payday so that I'm not wasting time planning money that might not be there. So here's the $14.40 that I budgeted with. I wrote down the change this time because for August, my plan is to be able to track every dollar down to the cent. So this is just my plan for now. When I move into my spreadsheet that I have, which will be the night before payday, that will have the actual numbers. So like, for example, Netflix is actually $7.55. I had to go this weekend and look at my, I went and looked at my bank account to find out what the change was, because I know that that'll affect me when I close out my budget. So that's neither here nor there, but I will show you that process when I get to it. So that spreadsheet will not be filled out again until the day before payday so that I know exactly how much will be in my bank account the next day. So if there's any extra, I'll plan for that to go into sinking funds, savings, wherever it can be of the most use, in my opinion. Quickly before I go into this, I want to show you my August master plan. I didn't really show this too much in my August monthly visit. Some people did see it briefly, but this is a neater version of what I plan for August. So since there's 3 paydays, again, I wanted to make sure that not only did all the bills get paid, but that any extra money that I do have, which you should have some extra money, is allocated appropriately. Look at me and my big words. So I just wanted to make sure that it goes to the right places. So this is my plan for August. You'll see that I crossed off car insurance and internet. Internet, I have actually paid more than I needed. So it looks like I'm a month ahead on internet, not on purpose. Somehow it got that way. I think. Anyway, it looks that way in my internet subscriber app. So I've crossed that out. I've also crossed out car insurance because, as you know, car insurance has not come out yet. I did plan to pay it early when I got paid last time on my last pay period. But since I don't have a car at the moment and I don't know what the new car insurance rate will be for the new car that I plan to get and have not yet, I am just holding on to it. So, because I'd rather just pay for it once I change the car over, as long as I get that car before my car insurance is due. So I did postpone when the car insurance comes out. I believe I did. Boy, it's been, I will double check that because I don't want it to come out until I get the new car. So update on the car situation. I kept having issues. They kept calling me, telling me the car that I planned on getting, which was a Ford Escape, did not work out. They kept saying new things were broken on it. Oh, we found the AC broke down. We found that we needed to replace the bumpers. So I said, you know what? I can't wait any longer. Thank you, but I have to pass. And that was just the best decision for me. So I did find another car that I like. So I'm waiting to hear back on that. So I'll give you the options. You guys can tell me what you think. Right now, I am choosing between a 2015 Kia Sorento and a 2013 Nissan Murano. I remembered. So to me, physically, I like the features of the Nissan Murano a lot better than the features of the Kia Sorento. These particular ones that I'm looking at, again, of course, all the cars come with different features based on the car, model, whatever. Beyond that, but the Kia has been in a small accident, which he did show me the report, and it was just like there was no physical damage to the car. It's just a reported accident. And the Kia has less miles and it's newer. But the Nissan looks better. I do have a very close friend who used to be a car salesman, and he's like, the mileage difference in the year doesn't really matter that much because it's not a big difference. So he's like, choose the one that you like better. So we'll see what I decide and what I get. But either way, by the end of next week, if I don't have a car, there's going to be a problem. There's going to be trouble. So pray for me, please, because one of those two cars I'm picking, and either of those will be ready by Wednesday or Thursday. I was promised. They're both at the same car dealership company, not the same exact location. But anyway, I digress. Here's my plan for August. I've broken them down by checks A, B, and C. If you have not seen my cheat sheet, I show that every video. I'm not going to go into it this time. If you want to take a look at it, please go ahead and look at my August monthly upload that I just did a few days ago, and that will show you how I break down all of my paychecks. So C is the extra paycheck that I'm getting, but it actually is A. I call it that because I break down my paychecks into two, since I always get paid two in a month. But C is actually just A. I just noted it that way so that I realized that it's an extra pay period for August. So I wanted to make sure that everything that I usually pay with my A paycheck is still paid with C. I hope that makes sense to you. It made sense in my brain, so that's the way that I put it down. But please, always, I don't mind answering any questions that you might have. And here is my plan for my August 2nd paycheck. This is the first paycheck of August. That will take me all the way until August 15th. So I wrote out a little calendar here. I didn't follow this too much because of the way I broke it down on my master plan, but this will quickly show you when some of the bills are due and when they'll get paid. I'll show you again. I crossed out the mortgage and the car insurance because the mortgage I will pay with B and C paychecks, and the car insurance is already sitting in my bank account since I have not paid that yet. It's not due yet. It's not that I'm late or anything. It's just not due yet. Netflix, Amazon, phone, allowance, utilities, I am going to pay $100. I usually budget $95 for one pay period, and I think it's $45 for the other. Let me show you my cheat sheet. I don't know why I was boycotting showing you this. It's just easier to show. It's just easier to show. So here's A and here's B. Usually for utilities, I budget $40 and $135 for utilities. So that comes to a total of $175 for the month. That's more than what's actually due. Right now, only $30 is actually due, but I am trying to get ahead so that when the winter time comes, I have a little bit of a buffer / credit. So this time, since I am getting paid a little bit extra this month, I want to get ahead even further, and I'm going to pay $100 in utilities. Credit card is usually not paid with this pay period, but since we're, again, trying to get ahead, I'm going to pay $45 on the credit card this time, and I'll be paying $50 next time as well. So we're going to try to get that credit card out of here. There's only about $250 left on it. That's my only credit card at the moment, so the quicker we can get that done, the better. The less I owe people, the better. And this time, there's usually a $10 buffer. we're getting paid more, we're going to be responsible with the extra funds, and we're going to put $100 buffer in there. So if you haven't, again, seen my videos before, I have 2 checking accounts. One is my main checking account, which usually there's right now, since I've been cash stuffing, not much but the $10 buffer that I usually keep in there. Because the rest is pulled out in cash, and I use that for my variable day-to-day spending. And the other account is for bills. Most of my bills are auto drafted, but not all. So I keep a separate account to make sure that I don't get confused and that there's always enough to pay the monthly bills in that account. All right, so that brings me to a total of $341, which is great, because if you see my cheat sheet, you'll know that the bills for the week usually amount to $690, which I do $690 right here. You'll see that $680 and $10. So there's a little extra leeway in there, so that's where some extra funds will come as well. So that's $341 for the fixed expenses. $530 I have planned for variable expenses. So usually there is $425 I put for the variable expenses. That's what I usually plan. But this time I am adding $105. So that $105 will allow me to put $15 extra in each of these accounts. I was able to do this same thing last pay period, because last pay period I got a tax refund. So even though I'm having all these issues, I will thank God and feel blessed that some extra funds are coming in right when I need them. The amounts are a little bit higher than they usually are, which is great, because if there's rollover, then I'll be able to add those into sinking funds or savings. So what I have decided to do, and quick shout out to Two Moms Budget. The video I saw, one of her videos, I saw that she doesn't do rollover every pay period. What she does is takes any rollover. What I mean is, for rollover, let's say you have a plan of $425 like I do for the 2-week pay period. In those 2 weeks, you still have money left over in those envelopes because you didn't use it within that time frame. What most people do is take that money out and put it into sinking funds or savings or whatever they decide to do with it. What she says is that she does that. Let's say you get paid the first pay period of the month, you have rollover. She just puts that to the side so that she can use it for, if I understood her correctly, I'm sorry if I did not, for that next pay period, which I like that idea. But what I'm going to do, since I budget by, I map out 2 months. What I'm going to do is I'll do any July rollover or whatever month I have here. So it'll be September and October next month. I will roll that over all the way until the end of August. So if I have anything left in there, I'll roll that over all the way until the end of August. And if there's money left, then I will take it out and put it into sinking funds. Because she's right, there's no point in taking money out and putting more money. I like this idea. I like this idea better than what I was doing before. Next, automatically I have $175 taken out of each pay period to go into my savings accounts. I have 3 separate savings accounts. That $175 totals them all out, and that $175 comes out every 2 weeks. It's set up to take care of my main savings account for any emergencies. There's a savings account for my daughter, and then there's a savings account for my car note, which I did a whole video on it. Please check that out. It was very useful for a lot of people. It's an account that I contribute to every 2 weeks, and I put a large lump sum when I get my tax refund at the beginning of the year to help supplement me paying my car note so that I don't have to worry about that bill every single month. Next, you'll see here my savings challenge. So this savings challenge, I decided to make it a bill, and this has worked out so good for me. Usually it's just $35 that I take out, but we'll be able to finish this savings challenge. Yay, confetti. We'll be able to finish it this week. So I'm very happy about that. That savings challenge is also serving as our back to school fund. The goal was $500, and we will make that. So I'm very happy about that, because it is time to go school shopping. They go back to school here in September. So that's coming up pretty soon. I want to get out there and do school shopping before everything's gone, because we all know how parents go, how that can be. And lastly, that leaves me with $289. Let me move this so it doesn't confuse you. That leaves me with $289, which I've allocated to different sinking funds. There's $98 going into August's birthday. Right now, August's birthday has $52 left because I've been cheating and I got some stuff for myself already, but that's okay because that's what that money was going to be used for anyway. So I'll show you guys that. I'll show you guys the birthday stuff I got when I get everything, because I do plan to get some more things. I have some budget binders, a wallet, stuff like that, just for myself, because I feel like I deserve a little bit. So that'll bring me to a total of $150 that I've allocated for my birthday. September's birthday, which is my daughter's birthday, gets $50. And she's got a good sum in there. I think she has $225 in there right now. My goal for her is $300 to $400 based on what I want to do. Water always gets $5. Every pay period, I try to get at least $5 into my water bill, so that by the time that comes up, which comes up quarterly, there'll be enough in there to pay that. Pet gets $18. She doesn't need anything right now. We do have a deaf, partially blind, and mentally handicapped cat that we love and adore. And she's a handful sometimes. There's next summer activity is going to get $50 more. And that's for anything fun that we want to do throughout the summer. That's for anytime we want to go to a water park, which I do want to do soon. It's just been hectic and there's no way for us to get there right now unless we go with a friend. So that money has just been used for like movies and ice cream so far. Car maintenance is going to get $20. Even though I'm getting a new car, it's not a new car. It's a used car. So we all know most of us, if you watch this channel, you probably know how those can be. So I definitely want to have a cushion and fund for that. And even if you don't have a used car, cars still need oil changes and inspections, things like that, tires. So always keep some kind of car maintenance if you have a car. Christmas is going to get $15 extra. Home, which is a new envelope that I have, so that's going to be for small things that we need around the house, or even maybe some home repairs. So if there's a paint, pillows, blankets, whatever we want for the house, a chair that I like, I want to start building a fund for that. Vacation, we don't have any plans to go on any big vacation at the moment. We might go somewhere next year, so that I'm just cushioning for right now. That'll be the first time that I add to that. And my gold coin challenge is just going to get the leftover. There's $3 that's going to go there so that I can get down to a $0 balance. This is a zero-based budget that I'm going to use for my first paycheck in August. This is Paycheck A, which is what I name my paychecks. And also, I did mention in my August video that I have an envelope called deposit that I have in my variable binder. So that was funds that needed to go back to the bank. But I found that since I got my car insurance check, so car insurance paid off my last car since I got in a car accident, there were some extra funds in my bank account now. So I'm going to use that wisely. So I don't need to put this back into the bank at all since there's money already in there. So I'm going to reuse the $104 that I planned to deposit back in the bank. Again, this is a plan. On Tuesday, which is the night before payday, I will know for sure by the dollar amount what accounts will get what. But this is my plan. And it usually works out. I mean, sometimes there's maybe $50 to $100 that needs to shift around, but for the most part, this usually works out. For that deposit, my plan, as long as I still have that money, is to put $27 in summer activities, so $27 more, $50 more into September birthday, $20 more into household, and $7 into my gold coin challenge. That gold coin challenge is for any loose ones that I have. So, and I haven't been contributing to that much. So I want to start doing that. And I also will be starting a new savings challenge. Since this will be done, I'm so happy this is going to be done. I think I already said that, but I really didn't think I was going to meet this goal. But God willing, if everything works out right, the plan is for that to be done. And you guys did vote. I did put in a community vote so that you guys can vote on what savings challenge you wanted me to start. And you all chose the cactus savings challenge. No, it's a succulent savings challenge. So the amounts vary in that one. So I will be starting that. So stay tuned for that. You know what you think about the car choices. So I'll give you some more information about the car. The Kia Sorento is the 2015. It has about 70,000 miles, and it doesn't have all the keys, all the perks that I want in it, but it looks like it's in pretty good condition. The brakes sound good. The Murano is a Nissan Murano. It's a 2013. I think it has 87,000 miles, so it has more, and it's older, but it's nicer all around. It has more perks in it. Has navigation, etc., and it has better ratings as far as safety and reliability. So it might get me further with that one. They are the same exact price, so that kind of doesn't help me decide any better. But let me know what you think. I can't say for sure that I'm going to choose what you guys choose on the car, but I would like your input. It is very valuable to me. I got some good input on my last choices, and that helped me out a lot. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all your comments and your love. I want you to always remember that it is about progression and not about perfection. Also, take in this note right here. It says sometimes the best way to make a big difference is adding up a lot of small ones. Adding up lots of small ones. By Queen Rania Al Abdullah of Jordan. So I love that. That's perfect because as you can see, well, you probably can't see as well with this one because it's an extra kind of paycheck. But sometimes the paychecks, they be struggling. So, you know, I always try to keep my head up. At least I can keep a roof over my head, and I am not complaining. It can be worse. Keep your head up. Save $5 here and there if you can. If there is a will, there is a way, and everything really does add up. If you've been watching my journey, go ahead and take that plunge yourself. If you can't contribute much right now, don't you worry. There will be times throughout the year where you can contribute more, and every dollar will count. So when that bill comes up that you weren't expecting, even if you can't pay the whole thing, you'll have something to put money in. And don't worry if you have to use your sinking funds or your saving challenges at any point. You have them. That's what they're for. And you are blessed to be able to have them. You are smart enough to be able to have saved them. So you are ahead of the game. Do not feel bad about that at all, because when I have to do it, I won't feel bad about it, so let me shut up. But if I have to, I have to. I am literally just going to be glad that I have it, because what would I do if I didn't, you know? Anyway, thank you, everybody. Happy saving. Bye.